Welcome to True Crime with Strategic Eyes.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of True Crime Strategic. Hope you guys had a great day today. I'm definitely excited to hopefully finish off this series that we have going on here. I'm not sure if we'll be able to do it. Actually, hell no, no.
Oh, hell no!
No. I just looked at it. This is 2 hours of phone calls. We're only at the 37-minute mark. So we'll do like 30 minutes of phone calls. You guys know 30 minutes of phone call is pretty much almost a 2-hour live because we're not just listening, we're dissecting, we're adding commentary. So we'll do 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes of more of these Stephan Sterns phone calls. As we said before, it appears that there are some new calls that are mixed in with calls that we've already heard. So if there is a call that we've heard before that's not probative, we'll try and skip over that. We may end up going over calls that we've gone over many, many months ago, but there are calls that are mixed up in this dump from Plunder that we have not heard before. At least I haven't heard before. All right. So appreciate you guys for joining me. We're going to jump right into this. I definitely want to get off live early and get a nice nap because tomorrow's my daughter's birthday and we're going to celebrate and have a good time. I do want to say a big thank you to everybody who's a part of Strategic Eyes community. We are done with our fundraiser. We raised the money that we were looking to raise in order to buy the graphics card that we needed to buy for the show. It was a resounding success. I think we did it in 48 hours. Pretty awesome, man. You guys are amazing, very generous. I appreciate you. For all those who donated, we want to thank you from the bottom of our heart. Yes. And for everybody who thought about donating but couldn't do it, couldn't squeeze that into their budget, we still love you and we appreciate you. And for people who didn't want to donate, it's all good. We're just happy that you're here. We appreciate you. That's for the benefit of the show. I might even do a video on how to install it when it comes. I'll definitely do an unboxing for you guys and the members and the Patreon so you guys can see it, see how it comes, all that good stuff. And then I might just do a tutorial on how to install a GPU in a computer for anybody who's interested. It is what it is. You guys know I'm a jack of all trades. So, maybe we'll do that to show you guys how to get that done if you're ever interested in doing it. But anyway, guys, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate you guys for supporting me, for investing in this show and showing that love. To all the haters, well, just keep hating. That's why you're there. And, well, I'm here just trying to talk and reach people. So anyway, I see you guys in this chat. I'm going to definitely be rocking out the chat, showing some love while we listen to these audio phone calls, whatever. So make sure that you are engaging with the chat and make sure that you hit that like button as well, because hitting that like button is what gets us into the algorithm and basically helps the show grow. So I don't know if you could tell, but my energy's off just a little bit. Starting to feel a little bit under the weather. I think this drastic change in weather in New York is not doing me too well. It's so cold, and I spent a lot of time outside cleaning up snow and doing the things that a man has to do when these storms hit the home. So I might be coming down with something, and hopefully not. So let's pray that Strategic does not get sick. So anyway, guys, once again, hit the like button, and let's jump into this.
That's your mother told me this afternoon. She came out of her bedroom the other morning with a question and called out for you and then realized, duh, he's not here.
You did or she
did? He did.
She did?
Yeah. I go, hello, not here.
Yeah.
So she slipped a little there mentally.
Yeah. For a long time I kept expecting to wake up and find out this was all a nightmare.
Oh, believe me, this is all very, very surreal for us.
Yeah.
I think I'm looking.
Thank you for using IC Solutions. Goodbye. Your account balance is $43.70.
To hear your other account balance
is $76.41.
Big shout out to MM Claire with a 199 super chat. Said, hey, Strategic mods, True Conversations Strategic Eyes crew. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming through. Oh, and I'm sorry. I told you guys my energy is off. On True Crime Strategic guys, we're very big on respect and respect for other content creators. Big shout out to Plunder for paying for these phone calls. She paid a lot of money for these phone calls. I'm not clocking her pockets. This is just a fact. Because I tried to get a lot of these phone calls myself, and the amount of money that they were charging me, it was way beyond my means. They were talking thousands of dollars, ladies and gentlemen. So Plunder has spent those thousands of dollars, and she has posted these calls on the internet for all of us to react to. She's a very gracious woman, a very gracious soul, all right? So without people like Plunder, it's really hard to do a true crime show where people want you to review the facts, all right? She gets that stuff. She doesn't gatekeep. She makes it available for the public. So we got a big yay and shout out to Plunder. And definitely, 100%, if you are a true crime lover and you're not subscribed to Plunder, then you need to reevaluate how much you truly love true crime. She's a mainstay like Long Crime and Court TV. If you like true crime, you should be subscribed to Plunder. All right, let's keep going.
Hello, you have a call at no expense to you from
Stephan Sterns.
an inmate at
Osceola County Corrections Department.
To accept this call, press or say 5. To refuse this call will be recorded and subject to monitoring.
Sounds like chaos.
Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking.
Hey, Dad. Hey. Hey, sorry we got cut off last night. I guess I hit the 15-minute mark and didn't hear the 1-minute warning, and apparently there's like a 15-minute cooldown before you can make another call.
Well, I heard the 1-minute warning, so I knew it was coming.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that you could hear that on your end, too. Where are you at now?
Well, I'm in the process of taking the rental truck back.
Okay. Rental truck.
Debbie, I got Stephan on the phone. Hang on a second. I'm going to get in the car with your mom.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm going to stop it one more time. So there's a lot to talk about, and I jumped right into this. I didn't give you guys my usual 15-minute intro where I get everything out of my system before I start the show. We covered the tragedy that happened in Australia. I just saw Kyla84 say there's 75 degrees in Australia right now. We covered the Bondi Beach massacre on the Patreon. The reason why I chose to do it on a Patreon and not on the main show or the membership is because it's just too graphic. It's 100% too graphic for me to cover on YouTube. And you guys know that I don't like self-censoring. So we showed the videos, we walked through it, we talked about the police response, we talked about the heroism of the people of Australia, we talked about a great many things. So I just wanted to take the time on the live show to say my heart goes out to the people of Australia. May God's blessings be on you people as you go through this horrible, horrible tragedy. And, I just want to pray for peace and love and kindness and forgiveness and absolution. That's it. That's it, man. Heart goes out to you folks out there in Australia. Big shout out to Australia. Let's keep going.
I'll get in the car with you, Deb. Oh, roll up the windows, please.
Can you hear me okay? Hello?
Stephan?
Yes.
Mic check.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's going on?
You said rental truck. What's up?
I cleared out the storage room.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, I wanted to work out maybe a schedule of the best days and times to call you guys, just so it wouldn't be so random. Is there any specific days or any specific?
Yeah, stuff always got to be in control. Rental truck. What are you doing with the rental truck? What's happened? Oh, we cleaned up the storage room. Oh, okay, yeah. So I'd like to get a nice little schedule going on when I should call you guys. So I'm just not just calling you at random. What's going on? What's your life looking like? Yeah, okay, yeah.
Times of the day
He's another control freak. I
that I
don't
can
know.
call.
Well, what time are you able to call?
Well, the phone system turns on at 12:30 p.m. and officer, how late does it run till? The phone system, how late does it go till?
Officer, how late does it go till? I don't know, you dirty grapist. So we decide to turn it off, you dirty grapist. Let's keep going.
So it's from about 12:30 p.m. until the officer says it's about 10 p.m. at night.
Oh, well, best time to call us is probably 6, 7.
6, 7. 6, 7.
Be done with whatever work I'm doing, and your mom will be home. So that would be best because there's always a chance that you can catch me in the middle of something.
Yeah, that's kind of why I try to wait until later in the afternoon if possible. But it's basically just whenever the phone's available. I was trying to call earlier at like 1 p.m. but it wasn't available then. So okay, I'll try to make my calls around 6 or 7 p.m. Probably closer to 7 if it's available around then. Just
anybody who has kids knows what that whole 6, 7 thing is about. Nobody knows what 6, 7 is. It's just 6, 7.
try to catch you guys both together.
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm not caught up in anything per se, but that is always subject to change at any time if there's an opportunity.
Yeah. How is I wanted to ask, how's work going?
Well, I'm no longer with the former company, and I'm branching out on my own. So obviously, don't want to go into details about that, but making a change. So.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. So money's real tight right now until I get ramped up. But so anyway, we're trying to make the best of it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're branching out a little bit. So that new company that you were talking about didn't pan out so much?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's fine.
Okay.
Seems like an interesting option.
Yeah, that's fine. Seems like an interesting. Like this guy annoys me to no end, man. To no end. Let's keep going.
Opportunity, but I'm glad to hear that you're at least making it finally from the old company. That's great news.
Yeah.
So anyway, so are you just home a lot of the time now during the day while you're getting that kind of situated?
Yeah. So for maybe the next week or two, I'm pretty much available. But there's a lot of training videos that I'm watching that will I'll be able to hit the ground running. Very sophisticated back end system, lead management system.
His father's been doing this for a very long time, the whole real estate thing. There's so much, and thing with real estate, like one would think like they're old, like why not, hang it up, but with real estate, so long as you could walk and you're sharp, you could do real estate forever, until the day that you call it a day, So this is like, I'm not saying real estate is easy. It's not, there's no job on this planet that's easy. There are easy jobs, but you're not going to make money, all right? Even if it's a complex job and you make it look easy, it's still a job that requires skill. You've just mastered your skill and make it look easy. My point in going on this tangent is that there's so much that this man could have taught his son, and so much that I'm sure he tried to teach his son, because in no way do I think that they didn't try and make Stephan Sterns something. Okay, I don't believe that. I think that they tried their best to make Stephan Sterns something, but Stephan Sterns is a born loser. And because he's a born loser, he did not take the opportunity to learn whatever skills or lessons he could learn from his mother. Because guess what? We all think that she has her issues. We don't always agree with the things that she says and the way she carries herself, but she had something to teach. She's an adult. She's a parent. There's always something to learn. And there's so much things that I'm pretty sure, especially when it comes to professionalism and the world of real estate, which Stephan Sterns could have used to give himself a decent life, that his father could have taught him, but he did not choose to learn it because he was a born loser. And you know what? I've wrestled with this concept of throwaways. And a lot of people get upset when I say that because, like, no human being is a throwaway. Yes, there are some people in this world, in this society, that are throwaways. It doesn't mean that their life doesn't matter and they should not be able to live. It just means that in order to have winners, you're going to have losers. And then you have people all throughout the middle of that spectrum. Even if you're watching this stream right now, you're not doing too good. It doesn't mean you're a loser. Maybe you just need more help. Maybe you just need more time. Maybe you're just having a bad time and you need some prayer. But Stephan Sterns is the benchmark of a loser. Stephan Sterns is the benchmark of a loser. Let's keep going.
A lot of bells and whistles to it that I've got to learn to help me get the full maximum impact of the capabilities of this program. So they have a lot of training videos, so I'm watching those videos.
Very interesting. Alrighty.
He doesn't give a damn. Oh, very interested.
Yeah,
He does not give he does not, I'm sorry, I'm talking over this, my apologies. He does not give two F's what his father's doing. He's never cared. He's never cared. That's why when his father tried to introduce him into the business, he chose to oversleep, stay in the bed, get fired from those jobs. He has never cared. He's simply pretending like he cares for two purposes. And I've observed this after listening to probably more jail phone calls than anybody on the planet, unless you did exactly what I did in the New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision. As an investigator, my job was to listen to phone calls. That's how I solve cases. Because it's a closed system and it's not easy to get evidence, so you listen to phone calls. All your evidence comes through phone calls. They can't help themselves. They're lonely. They're in prison. They're going to talk on the phone. They're going to tell somebody something that they shouldn't tell. Two things he's doing. Number one, he's just trying to make conversation because you run out of things to talk about when you're incarcerated. It's a fact. It's hard for us to run out of things to talk about when we're talking to our loved ones because we're out in the world and we're experiencing new things. We're meeting different people, such and such. When you're incarcerated, you got a monotonous life of regiment, a regimented, monotonous life. There's not much for you to talk about. So he's trying to keep conversation. And the second thing he's trying to do, he's trying to angle to get that money. That's it. He just wants money. The conversation is going to always come back to the money. He hasn't gotten there yet. I don't even remember ever listening to this phone call. Maybe I did, maybe it's in my subconscious, but I guarantee you, he's going to come back to the money, ladies and gentlemen. Now, guys, please hit that like button. Support the channel so we can get into the algorithm. Hit the like button. Let's see if Stephan Sterns comes back to the money. Will strategic be right or will strategic be wrong? Will Stephan Sterns come back to the money? Let's listen.
My call to the evening then, like we said. I also wanted to touch on what Mom said yesterday about sending the Bible that her dad had given her, you said?
Your grandfather did.
Yes, okay. I mean, I would love
my dad.
Oh, okay, Grandpa said. I mean, I'd love to have a family heirloom like that, but in a place like this or, anywhere else where I might be going, I'd be so worried that, something would happen to it. I'd be really hesitant to want to keep something like that here with me just because, I don't have soulmates now, but, where I end up going in the future, I'm not going to be isolated at that point, in a prison, so if I get a soulmate that's particularly crazy or uncool, I don't want them, destroying that.
So they have one I could buy online out of the commissary for you.
Okay. So I checked my debit account too. I had $43 as of the time of this call. Afterwards, I'll have about $40 and change. In the other account where you said you had put $100, there's about $76 remaining. So it looks like they've taken out some fees there.
Yep. Yep.
So put some more in. Yeah. Just wanted to let you know about that. I mean, I don't know if I still have the Bible that Grandma Gowdy bought me when I was 9 years old. The little small one.
Tiny.
Yeah,
the print on it. Yeah. You would need a magnifying glass to read the print on that.
Yeah, maybe. My eyes are probably starting to go. It's probably about time to start getting my eyes checked.
Well, I can always buy a large print Bible from Amazon or the publisher and have it shipped into you.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, whatever one they have from commissary is probably okay. I don't know if it'll be any different than the one I've got currently, which is just, the blue-covered one from the Gideons. So I'm not sure.
See, here we go.
But,
Here we go. Buy me this, buy me that. Here we go. It always comes back to the money and goods. He's the merchant of Venice that comes to my mind. The Shakespearean play. It's always about the money and goods. He's the merchant. It's always going to come back to the money. Let's keep going.
Anyway, once we know more, I guess, once the trial gets underway, we'll know kind of what the future is looking like and where I'm going to be, and we start making some sort of plans for the future there. Either way, might end up having to make some sort of long-term arrangements as far as my commissary goes, or some sort of trust fund to set up in the future. I'm not sure.
A trust fund. He's telling his family because they're gonna die eventually. Look how callous this guy is. Like, he doesn't even care what he put his parents through, how he dishonored his family. He wants them to set up a trust fund so he could get commissary. Oh my God. You can't make this stuff up, man.
But we can iron all that out once we know a little bit more about the details.
Well, Stephan, I don't know if you can ask your public service, or whatever it is that you have there.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I would say, son, I've loved you my entire life. I put up with a lot of your stuff because, they put up with a lot with Stephan Sterns. And I say, but son, with all due respect, go F yourself. Like, are you kidding me? Like, wow.
For us, they will not do even they won't do a limited power of attorney so that we can sell the car, because we'd like to put a larger amount of money in for you, and it's not worth what it should be, because I guess we had it checked out. It's like over $5,000 in repairs to be made. So anyhow, we still have not found that title anywhere. Not in the car, not any place else.
I think what you thought was the title was the receipt that you got way back when, but it's not really the title.
That's interesting. Okay, well, I'm not sure where else that would be then.
All right, well, we'll figure it out. It's our problem to figure out.
Okay, well, I'm really sorry about that. Anyway, I just wanted to touch base with you guys and apologize for getting cut off yesterday, and try to make a plan as to when the best times would be to call you.
Yeah, so that's, 6 o'clock, anytime after 6 will probably work.
All right. So if I'm going to call, then just expect to hear from me at those times, but, not every day, obviously. I don't want to drain the accounts or anything, and, we'll keep it as light and casual as possible.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, honey.
All right. I love you guys. Stay safe. Be good to each other, and I'll talk to you in a few days, I think.
I love you, honey.
All right. I love you too.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, you have a call at no expense to you from
Stephan Sterns,
inmate at
Osceola County Corrections Department.
To accept this call, press or say 5. To refuse this call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
Stephan,
Hey,
where the hell you been?
I've been trying to call. They've had us on lockdown so often. Every time I've asked, we've been on a Code 5 lockdown.
Okay.
Which means I've been unable to call. I've been trying to call all weekend, too.
So you've been on lockdown all this time?
Off and on, yes. On the days that I've asked, we've happened to be on lockdown, which means either an incident has happened or they're just so understaffed that they have to lock everyone down. It's probably more to do with the staffing.
Okay. How you been?
Well, you know, had the world's shittiest birthday present, so.
Yeah. And then you didn't call, so I'm assuming because of changes that they prevented you from calling?
No, they were actually moving me around a lot, shuffling back and forth, so I was having to get my phone privileges jockeyed back and forth, which takes a little while. And then, like I said, the days that I was asking, we happened to be on lockdown on those days. So it's just been inconvenient.
Okay.
Very inconvenient timing, and then we were on lockdown all weekend. I wanted to call on Mom's birthday. I tried to call yesterday. I tried to call Saturday, and it was no go anytime. So, but I've been wanting to call. How have you been?
I'll try to put this on speaker.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put this on speaker. Okay.
How have you been? Can you hear me?
Good. Can you hear us?
Yes. Is Mom there with you?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
What's that?
Stephan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Is Mom with you?
Hang on a second.
Okay.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, Lord. Can you hear me?
You can hear me? Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, I got some speaker.
Okay. Is Mom there?
Yes, Mom's with me now.
Okay. Happy birthday, belated birthday, Mom, and happy belated Mother's Day.
So I hear people like basically saying in the chat that the Sterns have distanced themselves from their son and stuff like that. I really don't care, to be honest with you. I've always said on this channel that at the end of the day, that's their son, and they have to choose how they want to interact with this guy. The issue I think that most people have had is that it was pretty clear very early on that Stephan Sterns had done horrible things to Maddie. And it was acknowledged by the parents pretty early on. So them acknowledging that he did bad things now is nothing new. They acknowledged that he had did bad things pretty early on. But the problem is, rather than holding him accountable, they choose to try and put that blame on everybody else. There were times that they talked crap about Maddie's grandparents, her biological grandparents on her mother's side, which everybody uniformly agrees that the grandmother, Jennifer Soto's mother, was very good to Maddie. Loved Maddie, wanted Maddie to live with her, treated Maddie with gold. Maddie did not want to go home. Maddie wanted to stay with her grandmother. Everybody uniformly agrees that Madeline Soto's auntie on her mother's side, Jennifer Soto's sister, was very good to her. Everybody uniformly agrees that Jen Soto's father, Madeline's grandfather, was very good to her. There were times where Deb and these folks would demonize those people, disparage them, of which they have never said anything bad about Stephan Sterns. They were completely silent. We didn't hear from these people until the sentencing when they gave their victim impact statements. Rather than holding their own son accountable, they chose to blame Jen Soto. Now, we all believe that Jen Soto has some blame in this tragedy. But we also know that regardless of what Jen Soto may or may not have known, what she may or may not have condoned, what negligence she may have incurred by putting Maddie in contact with this monster, the son of the Sterns, we know that Stephan Sterns is the one who took her life, but they never held him accountable. We got hours of audio. We're listening to some of it right now where they're saying the same thing. We have police interrogations where they're saying the same thing to police. They're not holding their son accountable. Well, you know what? A year later, if they want to change their mind, okay. I'm happy to hear it. I don't have an issue with them dealing with their son, of which I don't think that they're not dealing with their son. I don't care what they tell whoever what they tell. Nobody is checking their books anymore. Nobody knows when he gets a visit. you can't get his emails anymore because his emails aren't a part of the case. You can't get his phone records anymore because his phone records aren't a part of the case. You can't just FOIA his phone records and FOIA his emails. It doesn't work that way. So nobody truly knows what contact these people may have had with their son. And if they do have contact with him, so what? That's their son. They have every right to have contact with him. They have every right to send him commissary. They have every right to give him not aid, but to give him some form of comfort. That's their son. The only issue, all of us, and if I'm wrong when I say this, please correct me in the chat if you disagree with me. The only issue that any of us have ever had is just hold the man accountable. That's it. Just hold him accountable. Just hold him accountable for what he did. Just acknowledge that he did what he did. And guess what? For some people, that acknowledgement now is good enough. For me, it's good enough. I don't hold any grudges. It is what it is. But for a lot of people, it's not good enough because when it mattered the most, when your integrity was tested, when your honor was tested, when you had the opportunity to show true humility, you failed. You failed. For some people, doing that now after the fact when the case is over and he's already been sentenced to life in prison, well, for a lot of people, they just don't care. I will say this, leave those people alone. Don't bother them. Don't contact them. Don't mess with their income. Don't call their jobs, the people that they do cases with, whatever. Don't. Honestly speaking, I'm be honest with you. If I was doing business and I'm trying to buy a real estate property and Mr. Sterns is the guy who's selling the property, I'm going to buy the property if that's the property I want. I don't care that he's connected to it. I don't care if he gets paid off for the deal. It's just business. He's not the one who hurt Madeline Soto. So don't bother these people. But I do acknowledge that when they had the opportunity to show the humility that we know that they have, because they're not dumb people, they're smart people, they didn't show it. And sometimes that opportunity is the time that matters. It's easy to change your mind later when it's all said and done. What really dictates the type of person you are is what you did when you was in that moment when you had the opportunity to make a maximum impact on other people's lives. Let's keep going.
Hi, sweetheart. I was so hoping to hear from you. I'm so glad I'm hearing from you now.
Yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't able to call you all weekend. They had us on lockdown, so no one was able to do anything.
Were you expecting these charges?
No.
The murder charge.
Oh, well, we know you're not.
Okay, so you got blindsided by that.
Yeah. Obviously, it's not true. I never would have wanted her gone for any reason, so, premeditated first degree is kind of a
Yo, big shout out to whoever sent us that coffee. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. Really generous of you. Let's keep going.
French. No, I was wondering if you had any updates or anything.
Nope, we haven't heard a thing. Just, speculation that she's been
Hiding
put in an institution and hiding in an institution.
at her lawyer's request.
Yeah.
I mean, are you cooperating with police about her participation in any of this stuff?
There's been no opportunity for me to cooperate with anything. As I understand, the police keep saying that I'm uncooperative, but they haven't asked me anything to cooperate with, so whatever that means.
So your attorney isn't approaching them and saying, my client would like to speak with you?
No, my attorneys are pretty much saying to keep my mouth shut until the trial starts.
Well, okay.
Okay.
All right, so you're blaming the cops, saying you're uncooperative, but they haven't reached out to speak to you. Number one, they didn't reach out to speak to you because you asked for an attorney, so they'd have to reach out to your attorney to speak to you. And then your parents ask you a very good follow-up question, and your answer is, well, my attorneys told me to keep my mouth shut. So is that not the definition of not cooperative? Is that not the definition of not cooperative? When you had the chance to talk to the cops, you said, I think I need an attorney. And that's when the cops went all Scooby-Doo on us. Remember that? Remember when the cop went Scooby-Doo? Ruby-dooby-doo. Remember that? Cop went all Scooby-Doo, said, I don't know. So, of course, at that point, when you asked for an attorney, the cop went all Scooby-Doo on us. We laughed at that cop because he don't know what the hell he doing. He had a bald head, but he was acting like he was a workie. When you get a bald head, that means you're supposed to know what you're doing. Means you've been doing it so much, all your hair fell out. That's what happened to me, man. I had a nice fro, big old fro like this. Then I started working in law enforcement. I went bald. So you ask for an attorney so the cops can't say nothing to you no more. They can't talk to you anymore. They have to talk to your attorney to talk to you. And then you just said, well, my attorney said don't speak no more. All right, so you're not cooperative. Let's keep going.
I don't know why they were going to wait till the trial, but that's their business, not mine.
They don't want anything to hurt my chances.
Yep, understand. Okay.
Hey, what was Joey's last name?
Beltry?
Yeah, Veltri.
Joey Beltry? Beltry?
Veltri.
Beltry or Beltry?
Veltri with a V, like victory.
V.
Okay, all right.
So, yeah, it's basically, well, obviously this confirms that they're artificially inflating everything up as high as they can possibly do it.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
So I don't know
Little sticks.
what the plan is there. If they're just trying to scare me into pleading down, or I don't know.
No, they're not.
Okay.
They're just trying to hurt me as much as possible.
Are you able?
And he's living his delusional land, like, you know, but at the end of the day, though, Stephan Sterns was right. You guys understand that, right? Like he's saying, oh, you know, I got a chance. He was 100% right. He was right. Stephan Sterns was facing capital punishment in a slam dunk case where they had thousands of videos and photos of him abusing his victim. Thousands, in the worst way. Thousands. Some of those pictures, the victim clearly looked as though they were drugged. Some of those pictures clearly looked as though they were drugged. We got his email dump from Plunder. Big shout out to Plunder yet again. And we saw that he was purchasing medications that would induce unconsciousness, which matches up with a lot of the videos and pictures that were seen by police officers when Maddie was in a state of unconsciousness during the attack. Not only that, they had a body. Not only that, they had camera footage that shows him with a deceased body in his passenger seat. They had a slam dunk case. They had a car that was hitting by police dogs that a cadaver was inside of the car. Everything that they needed. An eyewitness that saw him changing a tire at the side of the road, merely yards away from where the body was found. Slam dunk case, capital punishment. What happened? What happened? You guys tell me, what happened?
Dirt under the bridge.
That's what happened. Instead of getting the death penalty, Stephan Sterns got life in prison without the possibility of parole, and he was shipped less than 30 days of being convicted. In less than 30 days of being convicted, he was shipped to the newest prison built in Florida, the newest penal institution built in Florida that has art, poetry, group therapy, air-conditioned facilities, and is rated as one of the safest prisons inside of the Florida penal system. Is that not him actually winning on his chances, considering what he did and what he could have faced, serving his time in a maximum security Florida prison, which is what some of the worst prisons in the country, on death row, considering that's what he faced and what he has now? Did he not win? I don't know about you guys, but I think he won. I think he won. I think he got exactly what he said in his call. He won.
To share the Saturday night before you left for Kissimmee, you were pretty upset about something. Did it have to do anything with the Kissimmee and the events that took place the next couple of days?
No.
Okay.
No, I was just stressed out about money and job and everything like that.
Some woman got on a YouTube thing and said that you weren't even at the party.
Party?
Yeah, her birthday party.
He wasn't at her party. Let's see what he says, but Sterns wasn't at her party. He went home and the aunt drove her home. And then he was alone with Maddie while Jennifer was at work. And she didn't get home till like around 10 o'clock. She only spent 20 to 30 minutes with Maddie before she sent Maddie upstairs to sleep with Stephan Sterns. She didn't send Maddie to sleep in her makeshift bedroom in the living room. She didn't allow Maddie to sleep in the same room as her, even though it was her birthday. And the girl had spent this whole weekend with her grandmother, and it's her first time seeing her after a few days. She sent her upstairs. She stayed with her for less than 30 minutes. Maddie told her allegedly about the toys and the money that she got. And then she sent Maddie upstairs to sleep with Stephan Sterns, and we know what happened next. Keep going.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet. I went up there Sunday evening and got there after she was done at her party.
There you go. So he just said, yeah, I didn't go.
Oh, okay.
And then mommy thought she was working with something. She was like, oh, shoot, yeah, those stupid YouTubers, they don't know what they're talking about. But after he says, yeah, the person's 100% correct. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. On to the next.
And we were very happy that I was there. We were very happy that the three of us were together. It was shaping up to be a great week and a great visit. There was.
I'm sure it was shaping up to be a great visit because you thought you was going to come by and, do what you usually do. Get your fill. That's why it was a great visit. You just went too far this time, didn't you, Stephan? You went too far.
There's no reason for anything to happen that happened.
Is there some explanation of I came up Wednesday morning, met you at the hotel early in the morning, and is there some explanation why you left and went where you went?
I was driving around.
Okay, understood you were driving around, but they know where you were driving around.
Yeah.
And we know.
Okay. I had wanted to grab a few things and get my ducks in a row, kind of prepare myself for whatever was coming, but I couldn't find what I was looking for.
Okay.
And then I ended up just kind of driving around aimlessly.
Yeah, he's talking about the last moments of his freedom, and he's got a piece of candy in his mouth, and he's sucking on it like it's no tomorrow. Like it's Big Jim, like it's his cellmate, Big Jim. That's crazy. Like, this is the moments after you ended this girl's life, and you're talking about, the impending arrest and how you felt, and you're like, just driving around. Oh, just waiting to get my affairs together. Oh, yeah. More, please, Big Jim. I couldn't find what I was looking for. I'm sure you couldn't find what you was looking for with Big Jim, but come on, man. This guy's disgusting. It's terrible. Big shout out to Kayla84. 2 months as a White Shield member. Says, much love to everyone on the holidays. Thank you so much, Kayla84. We appreciate you. And once again, Kayla84 is from Australia. Our prayers and thoughts go out to the people of Australia. But this guy's so nasty. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Listen, don't even listen to his words. Listen to the slopping he's doing. Oof.
I mean, you asked me to come up, and we hardly spent 35 minutes the entire time I was there throughout the entire day. And it's like, I wasn't sure why I was there, and then I was caught off guard by what happened later that afternoon, and obviously haven't seen you since.
Yeah, well, I just felt like I needed an ally there.
Well, I wish you had come to me and talked to me about some stuff, and maybe I could have helped you out in some way, giving you some advice, but certainly under the extenuating circumstances, what was later discovered obviously couldn't help you any further than what had already taken place. So the most logical thing would be to have, face up to it and have a conversation with the appropriate authorities or get an attorney or something. But be that as it may.
Yeah, well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got a copy of your birth certificate for Sheila Marino and for your case. We're trying to get hospital records from the TBI, but Sarasota Memorial says you were never a patient there, so that was ridiculous because we know you were.
Yeah. And were you able to find my Social Security card?
Yes.
Good. I presume it was probably in that mouse toy box with everything?
I don't know.
No, it wasn't.
It's in my, it was,
No, I don't recall where it was, but it wasn't. It wasn't there. But
I don't remember if you had confirmed or not. Were you able to find my watch?
No, we weren't.
Yeah.
So
there was no popcorn box.
Little silver mouse
we already
toy.
had your Social Security card, so why did you think we need I already knew your number. I don't. Why did you think we need to find the card?
Just in case I was going to need it in the future.
Okay. Well, we have that.
How long I'm going to be here, or if or when I'll ever be released, or if you guys are going to be around at that point. But birth certificate, Social Security card might be things I'll need in that case.
Well, the penalty for the crimes you have been charged with carry a minimum 40-year sentence. So obviously we're going to be gone. Rick will be gone. We'll all be gone.
Listen to this. I think I heard this one before. This is like where I think this is like where it kind of talk about mortality and like Stephan Sterns is back about the money. When you guys croak, when you old timers croak, make sure you send me the money. All right. I need that money more than you need that money. Make sure that you sell that house when you guys are about to croak and you feel like Jesus coming or you coming to Jesus. When you see them gates open, every time you fall asleep and you wake up seeing those gates. You see they coming closer and closer to you. I want you to sell that house. Sell that house and send me the money. Watch. I think this is a call where you start talking like that. Let's listen.
I mean, we're sad about that, obviously, because there won't be anybody here for you when you come out.
Yeah, and I'll be lucky if I have another 40 years left in me either. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess everything sticks.
I wish there was a way that, you and I can have a conversation, all of us could have a conversation to understand what's taken place, how this came about, how you arrived here, because it would help us better understand the situation, because we're at a loss for understanding how all this came about. I mean, we're just totally baffled.
Well, I didn't start it.
What is that supposed to mean? I remember when he first said that. I didn't start it. Give me so many things, but I think what he's saying is that Maddie started it. I would bet everything that he's saying Maddie started it, because that's how these pedophiles think. They truly believe that their victims are sexual creatures and that they're capable of expressing themselves in that way, in that adult way, and they're capable of consenting, even though we know they can't, because we're logical people and the law says that they can't. He believes that Maddie wanted him. He believes that Maddie was his girlfriend, that he loved Maddie, that they shared something special and unique that nobody else understands. That's what he believes. And I think he believes that she started it. And why do I believe it? Because he's not the only one. And anybody who's in this chat who's a mental health professional that deals with these type of people, they'll tell you the same thing. They'll tell you these folks literally believe that their victims wanted to be victimized and that it was consensual, and we're the problem. We're the problem because we think otherwise. We're the problem because we look at Stephan Sterns and we judge him and we say, yo, listen, you're a pedophile and you're a piece of crap. I don't think he meant that Jen started it, even though that is a possibility. If some of you believe that, then that is a viable possibility. It may not be true, it may not be accurate, but it's not a bad theory in the absence of the facts. But I don't think that that's what it is. I believe he's saying Maddie started it. Keep going.
Well, you didn't start it, but you participated in it, which is just as bad as not starting it. But
finally, that's the kind of response that we're looking for from these parents during that moment. If this is the stance that they had at that time, I would shame anybody who shamed them for taking his call and supporting their son. That's not a crime. It's not a crime. Not a crime to support your son, even though he did something bad. It's not a crime to be the only person in the world who's willing to give him a conversation or make sure that he has good food to eat. That's not a crime. To me, the crime was the lack of accountability for his crimes, not to use the word crimes 1,000 times. But this is the moment. This is the type of conversation we expected to hear. Unfortunately, we only see a glimpse of it. And when we do see a glimpse of it, we only hear it from Christopher Sterns. And that's why on this channel, we've always given Christopher Sterns respect to a certain degree. And we've always called out the moments when he has been that voice of reason. Unfortunately, we don't have that many opportunities where we are able to extend that same grace to the mother. But this is what we wanted to hear. Let's keep going.
Another day, again, I don't know if
details or anything, but, I mean, if you'd like to schedule a visit with me or something, maybe we can find some way to talk.
I don't know. I think we're always going to be recorded, so there won't be an opportunity to do that. Now, we have to make arrangements for you to sign off on a power of attorney so we can do something with this car. Yeah. And I would have to bring a document over. They won't even let me see you. I would just hand it to the classification officer. He would bring it in, you'd sign it, they would notarize it, give it back to me, and I would leave.
Okay. I think I just got the 1 minute warning.
Okay.
So yeah, take that. Give them whatever you need, and I'll sign whatever I need to sign.
Wow. This is, wow, that's huge. And I want to thank DP for her generosity. She just upgraded her membership to Detective Squad. And then if you go look at our membership tier, that's our highest tier. That's what every single officer aspires to be. If they don't want to go the boss route and become, a sergeant, a lieutenant, a captain, etc. They want to be a detective, And so that's why the highest tier in our membership is the Detective Squad. And DP has just upgraded her membership to Detective Squad. And we're very, very humbled, and we're very gracious, and we're very happy that you believe in our mission so much that you're willing to support us in that manner. And we do appreciate you. Let's give a big yay to DP. Yes. I say it and I truly mean it. You are amazing. Let's keep going.
In the meantime, I'll try to call back in the next couple of days and we'll talk some more. If you wouldn't mind putting a little more money in my commissary as well.
All right, I can't do much stuff because we are really, when I say dead ass broke, I mean dead ass broke, but I'll do what I can.
Okay, I appreciate it.
That could change, but right now, for the next 30 days, we are definitely in lockdown.
Yeah, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Maybe I'll try to get over there within the week to get the POA taken care of.
Okay. There's a 15-minute cooldown before I can call back. I'll see if I can call back again. If not, I'll try to call back in the next couple of days.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Okay. All right. I love you. Bye.
Bye.
Yo, DP says, I'm here for the cause, happy to be in a place to contribute it, man. Thank you so much. And yes, it's beautiful. You work hard, you play hard. It's beautiful. I appreciate you.
Hello, you have a call at no expense to you from
Stephan Sterns,
an inmate at
Osceola County Corrections Department.
To accept this call, press.
Yeah, I think Christopher got all gangster on him. Like he got straight urban. He's like, yo, dead ass broke, brah. Like, yo, My G, we dead ass broke over here, bro. Let's keep going.
Or say 5. To refuse this call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm back. I'm sorry, I did have to wait 15 minutes to make a call again.
No problem. So how are you eating? What's the food like?
The food is terrible, and for a while they had me on a cardiac diet.
What's a cardiac diet?
Heart healthy diet, basically, because my blood pressure was so ginormously high while I was here. And then I dropped 25 pounds in 2 months.
Really? Okay. Well, took care of the...
Yo, big shout out to the Nigerian villain. Nigerian villain. Wow, what a name. $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for supporting the channel. Let's keep going.
weight gain you put on.
Yeah, and then some, you know, if this keeps up like it is, I'll be back to the same weight I was in high school within another week or so.
Yeah, I'm just a couple pounds shy of my weight from high school. I'm down to almost 170 pounds.
Well, I was 177.4 when they weighed me on May 1st.
Okay.
So.
All right, do me a favor. First of all, you see, this is what I'm talking about. That's why I told you guys this guy needed capital punishment. You guys don't seem to understand. Like, you guys have like this esoteric view of prison. And I've explained this 1,000 times. I'm not going to go on a long tangent. Prison is not what you think it is, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is in an air-conditioned prison. He has doctors, 24 hours care. If he's sick in the middle of the night, he's throwing up. What do we tell ourselves? We tell our children when they're throwing up overnight. We wait and see, right? All right, in the morning time, if you're still sick, I'll take you to the doctor, right? That's what we do as parents, right? Well, guess what? He's throwing up in the middle of the night. They're going to take him to a 24-hour doctor or LP, a licensed practical nurse or whatever, and they're going to give him treatment immediately. They're going to give him treatment immediately. And if, guess what, if it's too bad and they're not feeling too confident about that, they can put him in an ambulance. They're going to send him to the nearest hospital at the taxpayer's expense. All right. He's got TVs in his cell. He's got commissary. He's got special food that he could order that's like, you know, luxurious. We heard that in other phone calls when we were reviewing these months ago. This is, as long as he's able to find somebody to finesse, he can live a very comfortable life in prison. He doesn't have to worry about shelter. He doesn't have to worry about food. Everything is provided. Healthcare, it's all provided to Stephan Sterns. That's why he deserved death. But you know what? William J. had other plans.
Dirt under the bridge.
That's the plans that William J. had for Stephan Sterns. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
What kind of part are you getting? Are you getting any out time, or they keep you locked up 23 and out 1?
No, I'm just confined 24/7.
You're not let out at all?
Nope. Just take showers and whatever, but to move back and forth. But that's it. Otherwise, I'm just strictly confined. People aren't even allowed to move when I'm out and moving around. Like, they lock down everything around me when I'm moving.
You got any reading material, books or anything?
Yeah, mental health has been giving me some books. They've been printing out some Sudoku puzzles for me. So I've been trying to keep my mind occupied, but it's hard to get new books. And the books that I have, I've reread, 3-4 times a piece now at this point.
So we can arrange to ship books to you?
I think so. As I understand, Amazon packages are acceptable here.
Yeah, we need to know what kind of books to send you.
Yeah, definitely. So I've got a list of books that I can give to Sheila that she can pass along to you, hopefully.
Okay.
Okay. You want to share some of the authors and the titles or something so we can jump on that now?
Yeah, I'd like some Michael Crichton books.
Okay.
So things like Jurassic.
Somebody made a good point. Somebody said people out here can't even afford insurance. But this is the point. Like, people scared. People, the politics thing, they're going to take away the Affordable Care Act stuff and all this stuff, the Obamacare, da-da-da. These are the battles people fighting out here in the real world. And this guy murdered and raped Madeline Soto. We know how old she is. I can't say her age because of YouTube. And he's got free health care. He got the health care that you fighting for in politics right now, that you going to war with the Democrats and Republicans beating each other up. You don't got to worry about that. You don't have to worry about the price of eggs. You don't have to worry about bread. You don't have to worry about beef. You don't have to worry about none of that stuff. You don't have to worry about what happens if you get a catastrophic injury or a catastrophic illness. He doesn't have to worry about that. This is the life that we gave Stephan Sterns. Understand, the reason why I'm upset about it is that most of the guys in prison don't want that. They want to be free. They stole something, they sold drugs, they murdered somebody, they made mistakes, whatever. They want to be free. Stephan Sterns doesn't want to be free. Stephan Sterns spent his whole life looking forward to getting to this moment. Remember, Stephan Sterns has grifted off of people, has avoided taking accountability for his own life, avoided working his entire life. This is heaven for him. We sentenced him to heaven. William J., you sentenced Stephan Sterns to heaven.
Dirt under the bridge.
You gave him exactly what he wanted. You gave him exactly what he wanted. A big mama, a big daddy, a.k.a. Uncle Sam, who's going to take care of him for the rest of his life. Make that make sense.
Does that make sense?
Don't make no sense.
Park, Timeline, Sphere, Eaters of the Dead.
Okay, we'll let that in. Okay.
And
yeah. So, give me the titles again.
Jurassic Park.
Yo, he got something some people in Florida don't even have. One of the hottest states in our nation. Some people can't even afford AC. You know, some people's house and they got their windows open trying to catch a breeze. Stephan Sterns got AC. It's always a balmy 65 degrees in there. Some people don't even have AC, and Stephan Sterns has AC. Make it make sense.
Does that make sense?
Let's keep going, man.
Timeline.
All right.
Sphere.
Okay.
And Eaters of the Dead.
Eaters of the Dead.
It's, if you remember the movie The 13th Warrior, it's the book that was based on.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Just about all
I
the
like that
Antonio
movie.
Banderas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was based on that book.
Okay. All right.
Ready Player One.
What?
Ready Player One.
I saw that movie.
Yeah, well, the book is way better. And I guess maybe if you could get me a book on, like, card games or something like that. I'm going to try to pick up a deck of cards from Commissary so I can play solitaire or whatever when I get bored.
Okay.
So any book that has, basically the rules for the most popular card games, especially, card games for one.
What about a book of Sudoku games?
Yeah, that would be.
All right, they talking about Sudoku, all that. So we're going to end it right here for part 9. We are going to end up doing at least 2 more parts because we got 2 more. We got another hour of show. And you guys know I add my commentary. So, we're going to need to do 2 more parts. We're going to end up doing up to part 11. So, Aki, get those thumbnails for part 11, up to part 11. So we can jump into that and knock that out. It is 9:46 p.m. Eastern time. And my son should be in bed right now, so I want to run up there and just give him a good night kiss, and before he actually goes to bed, hang out with my daughter who's going to be turning 14 tomorrow, right? Before she goes to bed, goes to school, and then we celebrate when she comes home from school tomorrow. So you guys are amazing. I really appreciate all the help. Once again, big shout out to everybody who helped us meet our goal. Less than 48 hours, we had enough money to buy this graphics card, which we are going to put into good use on the show. This is all for you guys. I don't do anything else with these computers, unless this computer is broadcasting or editing or doing something that benefits the True Crime with Strategic Eyes family. We're not using it. So this is your computer, your graphics card. You helped me do this, and I appreciate you. And because of your generosity, we're able to make this show better. So in the next few days and weeks, I'm gonna figure out how to upscale everything to 4K and change all the settings, because it's a lot of stuff you got to change when you take it to that next level. And so, yeah, it's going to be a much better show, especially for so many of you guys. Somebody sent me an email today of their projector, and they're like, yo, I watch your show on my projector, you know, and it's like I'm blown out to like 80 inches, like 120 inches or something like that. The show is going to look so beautiful on those big screen TVs, those projectors, etc., when we're streaming in 4K rather than in just HD right now, 720p. You know, that's terrible. 1080p if you're lucky. You know, so it's time for us to grow, and you guys made that happen, and we're grateful and we thank you, and we're gonna put it to good use, and this show is gonna look so much better, etc. And yeah. So, yep, there's two things that I'm working on. We got that graphics card. The next thing is the Rode Podcaster. I'm going to take care of that. I'm not going to come to the community for that. The Rode Podcaster costs $700. The Rode Podcaster Pro 2, $700 piece of equipment, but it's necessary because it's going to increase the level of sound that we have, the quality, rather, of sound that we have on the show. And, you know, it's also going to give me a nice soundboard that I could play with. Right now, when I do the soundboard, I got to go use this cursor here to go to this screen, and I got to click on it, you know? And so...
Daddy, chill.
Yeah, that's what I got to do to get the sound. I got like maybe 3 sounds on this soundboard. The ones I use the most, like this one.
Does that make sense?
Right. So now with the Rode Podcaster Pro, I'll be able to have perfect studio quality sound, and I'll have a soundboard where I can assign these various sounds to and just have it right in front of me. It's going to be so much awesome, so much more efficient as well. So those are the two things, and we couldn't do it without you, and we appreciate you. And you guys helped me with the graphics card, which cost over $1,000, and I'm going to get the Rode Podcaster on my own. That's going to cost almost $700. So it's a family, and we're doing it as a community, and we appreciate you. So guys, make sure you hit that like button on your way out the building. We do appreciate you. We got 192 likes and over 250 people. Please hit that like button. Get us over 200 at least before the end of the show. Christmas is coming. Try and get yourself some Strategic Eyes merch. Got a bunch of emails with people like, look, I got my Strategic Eyes merch. I appreciate you guys. They look amazing. I love when people send me pictures with their Strategic Eyes merch on them. It's always awesome to watch it. It's always so touches me in the heart to know that people appreciate what I do here and they want to be a part of this mission. Yeah, it's just amazing. So make sure that you get your merch if you want to for your friends and your family. Also, we have our membership. We have so many members who are in the show showing love to the channel. We appreciate you for being members and supporting the channel. And lastly, we do have our Patreon where we drop exclusive content that we can't put on YouTube, most often because of copyright issues or graphic nature of the topics that we're talking about. Our most recent live on the Patreon, we do live shows on the Patreon for Patreon people, was the tragedy that happened in Bondi, Australia. We covered that extensively on the live show in the Patreon. If you want to be a part of that, you want to see that exclusive content that will never make its way over to the YouTube channel, please make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. We'll see you guys on the next one. Strategic. Oh, and by the way, the GoFundMe is over. It has been shut down. We're not accepting any more donations. We had a mission. We knew exactly what we needed. We got that amount. We're done. All right. That's what we do here. It's honor and integrity. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Strategic is out of here. Peace. All right, my fault. I just noticed that the Nightbot is still posting the Patreon. If you click it, you won't be able to donate. So it's just we'll make sure that we remove that from Nightbot right now when I end this live. But if you click that link, it's not going to allow you to donate because I turned off accepting new donations. All right. So thank you once again, guys. I love you guys immensely. Strategic is out of here.